The following is a class on the Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 2, text number 70, given by His Grace Sriman Sankarshan Dasatkikari, recorded on October 3rd, 2009, in Kaliningrad, Russia.
So it is with great pleasure that we are here with you today in Kaliningrad. After an incredible ordeal in Sovetsk, we calculated it took us more time to get from Kaliningrad from Kaunas to Kaliningrad than it would have been to fly all the way back to the U.S. There's so much red tape at the Russian border. Whew, my God. But it was worth it. Because Maharaji and I get to be here with all of you wonderful devotees. We're very happy to be here. So today we are going to have a wonderful, wonderful treat. We are going to study from the greatest literature in the history of the universe. There is no book like this book. Bhagavad Gita as it is. By His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Tridandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. The founder Acharya of ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Today we are reading on a special verse picked out by Maharaji. Well, it was suggested by Maharaji. I was discussing this verse in the car as we were coming. I was discussing this with Gopinath Prabhu as we were coming in the car. And Maharaji suggested I speak on this verse today. So I thought, yes, this is a wonderful suggestion. Because this is one of the most amazing verses in the entire Bhagavad Gita. Indeed, it's one of the most amazing verses in all the Vedic literature. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2. Text number 70. So now to invoke auspiciousness. Everyone repeat after me. With feeling. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Apuryamanam machala pratishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat. Tadvat kamayang pravishanti sarve. Nashamtim abnoti nakamakami. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. Purport. Although the vast ocean is always filled with water. It is always, especially during the rainy season, being filled with much more water. But the ocean remains the same, steady. It is not agitated, nor does it cross beyond the limit of its brink. That is also true of a person fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one has the material body, the demands of the body for sense gratification will continue. The devotee, however, is not disturbed by such desires because of his fullness. A Krishna conscious man is not in need of anything, because the Lord fulfills all his material necessities. Therefore, he is like the ocean, always full in himself. Desires may come to him like the waters of the river that flow into the ocean, but he is steady in his activities and is not even slightly disturbed by desires for sense gratification. That is the proof of a Krishna conscious man, one who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present. Because he remains satisfied in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, he can remain steady like the ocean and therefore enjoy full peace. Others, however, who want to fulfill desires even up to the limit of liberation, what to speak of material success, never attain peace. The fruitive workers, the salvationists and also the yogis who are after mystic powers, are all unhappy because of unfulfilled desires. But the person in Krishna consciousness is happy in the service of the Lord, and he has no desires to be fulfilled. In fact, he does not even desire liberation from the so-called material bondage. The devotees of Krishna have no material desires, and therefore they are in perfect peace. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivan Sadaitam Zavadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Ladita Shri Vishakanvitamscha. So just consider the ocean. How vast is the ocean? The Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. Very, very big. And just consider how much water is pouring into those oceans. Millions and billions of gallons of water are flowing into those oceans. Why don't they keep coming higher and higher? Why do they keep the same limit? If you take your bathtub and you turn on the faucet and you put the stopper in there, the bathtub will fill up and it'll overflow all over the bathroom floor. So why isn't the ocean overflowing and inundating Kaliningrad? Why are we still dry here? Because the water's evaporating. As that water enters the ocean, it's also being evaporated by the influence of the sun. You see? So this is a wonderful simile describing the mind of a transcendentalist. As Srila Prabhupada points out, as long as you have material senses, it is natural to have material desires. Your eyes want to enjoy some beautiful sight. Your ears want to relish some pleasing sound. The tongue wants to enjoy some tasty foodstuffs. The genitals want sex. You see, it is a natural thing. As long as we have material senses, the desire to enjoy those senses will be there normally. It just means you're healthy. But what does a transcendentalist do? Does he act on those desires? He does with them just like the ocean does. The ocean says, okay, water, I see you coming, but now you can evaporate away also. And that way the ocean keeps that same level, you see. So even if those material desires enter the mind of a transcendentalist, he detaches himself from them and he simply lets them evaporate. He doesn't think, oh, now I'm attracted by sex desire, I have to have sex now. Now I'm attracted by enjoying my tongue, I have to eat now because my tongue got agitated. He doesn't identify with his genitals and with his tongue. He knows it's not me. It's just a covering of the self, it's not me. He knows that by satisfying those sensual desires, that it won't make him happy. Just imagine if there was a big bowl of organic strawberry ice cream. You know, the best quality from an ISKCON farm, you know, the cows were protected cows. The strawberries were grown by the devotees with love to be offered to the deities. And it's a big bowl of Mahaprashadam strawberry ice cream. And I take my chadar and I dip it in the ice cream. Will I enjoy that? Oh. If you want to enjoy ice cream, you put it in your mouth. You don't dip your chadar in the bowl of ice cream. I mean, that's not the way to enjoy ice cream. You see? So in this material world, you see, this material body, it is like chadar, it is not meat. My tongue, my genitals, my eyes, my ears, all of these senses, they are chadar only. So all of our attempts to enjoy by these senses are foolish and futile. They bear no actual, they give no actual satisfaction of the self. It's just the chadar gets all sticky with ice cream, that's all. So the transcendentalist, when these desires come, he says, why should I even worry about it? It's just on the level of the chadar. He knows there's no point in even satisfying the desires. He knows that actually only pure devotional service will satisfy the self. You see, this is experienced by many devotees. They know that pure devotional service is the only happiness. And then they engage themselves purely in devotional service for a while. But then the material desires come and they think, well, let me try a little bit. Maya Devi makes her offer, come on, I'll give you a different type of pleasure. It's more, some instant gratification. Come on. The devotee thinks, well, let me try a little bit. But there's no satisfaction then, you see. Like that old song by Mick Jagger, you know. I can't get no satisfaction. Dun, 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 dun. I can't get no satisfaction. Is he? So, why should we waste our energy, you see, trying to get satisfaction where I can't get no satisfaction? On the level of the senses, I can't get no satisfaction. But if we come to the level of the spirit soul, what does Krishna say? Bhayasparsheshva saktakman vindajatmaniyat sukham sabrahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshayam ashnute. Bhagavad Gita chapter 5, text number 21. Such a liberated soul is not attracted to material sense gratification because he enjoys the pleasure within. In this way, the self-realized soul enjoys unlimited happiness. Because he concentrates on the Supreme. Trabhama yoga yuktatma, you see. He concentrates on the Supreme.
Потому что эта душа, она сосредотачивается на верховной личности Бога.
So that's where the real nectar is on the spiritual platform.
И вот где настоящий нектар, он пребывает на духовной платформе.
The sages take care of their material needs only insofar as required to stay healthy.
И мудрецы, они жили в лесах для того, чтобы быть здоровыми.
For good health, you require some eating, sleeping, even some mating, defending. You know, if someone has a strong desire for children, they can have children.
И они там и вкушали, и делали такие вещи просто, то есть это чтобы оставаться здоровыми. То есть если, например, не захотели иметь детей, то они могли иметь детей.
Just what is required to stay healthy, you see.
То есть, как вот говорится, все это нужно есть только для того, чтобы оставаться здоровым.
And then the balanced energy should go into Krishna consciousness.
Затем эту энергию нужно направить в сознание Кришны.
Because the energy you invest in Krishna consciousness
Потому что энергия, которая вложена в сознание Кришны,
is repaid hundreds and millions of times.
она принесет миллионы и миллиарды больше плодов.
Just like if you get a monthly paycheck,
Как вы, например, вы получаете сколько стоит обычной жизни чек, который нужно платить?
you spend, you have to pay your rent,
И вы оплачиваете,
pay for your utilities,
платите там за квартиру, за жилье,
pay for your internet connection,
за связь интернета,
and your food,
за еду,
your gasoline, transportation costs,
за газ, за транспорт,
clothing.
за одежду.
And if you're really together materially, then what are you doing, Elsa?
И если вы обеспеченный материальный человек, то на что же еще будете тратить деньги?
You're investing money, you see,
Вы вкладываете деньги
for the future benefit.
для того, чтобы эти деньги принесли проценты в будущем.
So devotee, you see, he's like the smart karmi in that sense.
И в этом смысле так поступают умные кармы.
He only spends as much energy as necessary on eating, sleeping, mating, and defending.
То есть и мудрецы, они поступают таким образом, то есть они тратят столько энергии, сколько требуется на все виды деятельности, на сон, на еду, совокупление и так далее.
And he invests the balance of his energy in self-realization.
Баланс и остальную энергию они тратят на то, чтобы познать себя.
Because he understands the benefit of the energy invested in self-realization is millions of times greater than the benefit of the energy invested in sense gratification.
Потому что благо, полученное от того, когда энергия вкладывается в духовное, она превышает миллионы раз благо, которое от энергии, которая вкладывается в материальные вещи.
This investment pays off.
И вот это вложение, оно окупается столицей.
If you will invest as much energy as possible every day in Krishna consciousness,
И если вы будете вкладывать свои инвестиции в сознание Кришны каждый день,
I absolutely guarantee you this.
я полностью гарантирую вам это.
You will achieve a wealth greater than the treasurer of the demigods.
Вы получите огромные блага, которые даже больше, чем те, которые имеют полубоги.
You will achieve inconceivable wealth.
Вы получите непревзойденное и огромнейшее богатство.
As I was explaining this morning in the Srimad Bhagavatam class,
Как я сегодня утром в лекции по Шримад Бхагаватам объяснял,
from Bhagavad Gita chapter 9,
из Бхагавад-гиты главы 9,
text number 22.
текст номер 22.
Ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana paryupastate tesham nityapayuktanam yogate mam vaham yaham. Krishna says, for those who worship me with exclusive devotion,
Кришна говорит, те, кто поклоняется мне с огромной преданностью,
meditating on my transcendental form.
медитирует на мою трансцендентную форму,
I preserve what they have,
я сохраняю то, что у них есть,
and I supply to them whatever they lack.
и я даю им все, что им недостает.
Srila Prabhupada has elaborated on this verse in one of his lectures.
И Шрила Прабхупада рассуждал, говорил по поводу этого стиха в одной из своих лекций.
In his lecture, he explains that Krishna personally delivers to your front door all of your necessities.
И Шрила Прабхупада говорил в этой лекции, что Кришна, он сам открывает дверь, через эту дверь дает вам все, что вам необходимо.
Do you have that courier service here in Kaliningrad, DHL?
У вас есть такая служба?
Yes. So Krishna,
Когда вам достает, что вам требуется.
so Krishna becomes your DHL courier, you see.
И Кришна является тем лицом, который лично доставляет вам то, что вам требуется.
If you become totally sold out to Krishna, then he totally sells himself out to you.
Поэтому, если вы полностью предаетесь Кришне, то он снабжает вас всем необходимым.
Whatever you need, he supplies.
То есть все, что вам только нужно, он все вам дает.
Just like Prabhupada, he wanted to get that Fisher mansion in Detroit, a huge golden palace practically. Gold, you heard of that Fisher mansion in Detroit?
Как Шрила Прабхупада в Детройте хотел, чтобы Искону отдали огромный особняк, который называется
It was a fabulous palace.
Это был прекрасный.
Even in the bathroom, there were gold, the handles were gold-plated handles.
Даже у дверей там были золотом инкрустированные ручки.
So Prabhupada thought it would be a nice preaching to get that building, to attract people to come and make a temple there, you see.
Еще Прабхупада хотел с этого здания сделать храм, потому что он выглядел очень привлекательным.
And Prabhupada had no money.
А у Прабхупады не было денег.
But when he wanted to get that for Krishna's service, immediately the money came, you see.
Но как только он захотел обрести этот особняк для служения Кришне, сразу же деньги появились.
How did that come for Prabhupada?
И как же они пришли к Прабхупаде?
Because he had no desire except to serve Krishna.
Потому что у него не было каких-то личных желаний, все его желания были направлены.
He had not even the slightest desire for material sense gratification.
Не было даже ни малейшего желания, которое касалось бы чувственных наслаждений.
So you may say, "Oh, Sankarshan Prabhu, this sounds very nice,
Вы можете подумать, вот Санкаршана Прабху так хорошо говорит,
but how is it practical for me?
но как же это можно применить на практике по отношению ко мне?
I'm full of desires for sense gratification. What can I do?
У меня так много стремлений к чувственным наслаждениям, что же мне делать?
How could I possibly awaken such an exalted state of consciousness
Как же мне, какая же есть возможность для меня пробудить
within myself?
сознание, духовное сознание внутри
I mean, I'm so fallen.
потому что я настолько падший.
What can I possibly do?
Что же возможно для меня, что можно сделать?
As I explained this morning,
Как я объяснял сегодня утром,
just go from 1% to 2%.
просто нужно изменять частоту своего движения на 1% до 2%.
How do you make a 1,000-mile journey?
Как вы можете пропутешествовать на 1000 миль?
One step at a time.
То есть шаг за шагом нужно будет делать.
So just try to advance a little bit in Krishna consciousness today.
Старайтесь хотя бы немного продвигаться в сознании Кришны сегодня.
And tomorrow, try to advance a little bit more.
А завтра постарайтесь продвигаться немного больше, дальше.
Every day, just try to advance a little bit more.
Просто каждый день старайтесь продвигаться немного дальше.
And if every day you can advance a little by little by little,
И с каждым днем вы будете продвигаться понемногу, еще раз понемногу.
then you'll be amazed.
И затем вы будете поражены.
Just like a little baby, you don't see how he's growing, but over several years he grows so big. You see.
Подобно тому, как маленький ребенок, он растет с каждым днем, через 7 лет он вырастет, и вы не узнаете, не заметите, как он вырастет.
So right now we are little babies in Krishna consciousness.
И прямо сейчас мы являемся этими детьми сознания Кришны.
We are not highly advanced transcendentalists. We're just little babies.
Мы просто маленькие дети, мы не являемся высокопродвинутыми трансценденталистами.
But if we can grow a little bit every day in Krishna consciousness,
Если мы
then we gradually become
мы постепенно станем
big Vaishnavas.
большими вайшнавами.
So, our humble request to all of you,
Наша смиренная,
try to grow a little bit in Krishna consciousness every day.
просто старайтесь понемногу продвигаться в сознании Кришны каждый день.
Not 6 days a week,
Не 6 дней в неделю,
7 days a week.
а 7 дней в неделю.
Every day wake up and think, how can I grow a little bit in Krishna consciousness today?
Каждый день просыпайтесь с мыслями о том, как же можно сегодня продвинуться в сознании Кришны.
What can I do today to become a little bit more Krishna conscious?
Что же я могу сделать сегодня, чтобы стать немного сознающим Кришной?
Everybody would do that. I mean, everybody can make a little bit of advancement every day if they want to.
И каждый может сделать. Знаете, то есть каждый может немного продвигаться в сознании Кришны, если он этого захочет.
How can I advance just a little bit more today?
И тут тоже думать, как же я могу сегодня немного продвинуться в сознании Кришны.
And if you do that every day without fail,
И мы можем это делать каждый день без исключения.
the next time that Mataji and I will come back,
В следующий раз, когда Матаджи и я приедем сюда,
we'll be able to see the difference in your faces.
мы сможем видеть
You see?
совершенно другое выражение лиц на
Да.
ваших, совершенно другое другие лица.
That, wow, these Kaliningrad devotees, they're becoming more and more effulgent.
И мы
Yes.
подумаем, вот эти преданные Калининграда, из них исходит все больше и больше сияния.
You see, I can look at everybody's face now as I'm speaking to you.
А как вот я сейчас разговариваю с вами, смотрю на ваши лица,
And by the shine in your face, I can see how much you're advancing in Krishna consciousness.
и по сиянию, исходящему из ваших лиц, я могу увидеть, насколько вы продвинуты в сознании Кришны.
Some devotees are more bright-faced, you see.
У некоторых преданных более светлые лица,
And some are not so bright-faced.
у некоторых настолько яркие лица.
Prabhupada says the face is the index of the mind.
Прабхупада говорил, что лицо является отражением ума.
So when Vishnupriya Mataji and I come back next time, we'll be able to see who's been advancing in Krishna consciousness. It will show on your face.
И когда Матаджи Вишнуприя и я в следующий раз приедем,
Yes.
мы увидим, насколько вы продвинулись.
Because devotee becomes like sun god.
Ваши лица, потому что преданные, они
Very bright, effulgent face, you see.
как бог солнца, потому что из них будет исходить огромное сияние.
That is devotee.
И
In fact, one Christian priest, he said to Prabhupada, he said, Swamiji, how is it that your disciples become so bright-faced?
один человек сказал Прабхупаде, как так получается, что у преданных
Is it?
такие лица, из которых исходит сияние.
So that is the real symptom, someone who's advancing nicely.
То есть таким образом это один из симптомов, который указывает на продвижение в сознании Кришны.
They're not walking around with morose face like they're under, thick clouds of tama,
Как вы, например, вы можете ходить в каком-то таким серьезном угрюмом выражении лица, который закрывает несколько облаков, несколько...
But there's joy in their hearts
В наших сердцах пребывает радость,
that Krishna is God
потому что Кришна — это Бог.
and I am His eternal servant.
Я являюсь Его вечным слугой.
I am chanting His name.
Я повторяю Его имя.
I am following religious principles.
Я следую принципам.
And I am going back to meet my Krishna. I'm on the way right now.
Я сейчас прямо нахожусь на пути, чтобы в конечном итоге встретиться с Кришной.
You see? Such a devotee is naturally bright-faced.
Потому что у преданных, у них естественным образом яркие и такие вот сияющие лица.
It's not artificial like an actor on a stage.
Это не то, что что-то искусственное, как актеры действуют на сцене.
It is genuine happiness, you
То
see.
есть это естественное изначально.
He's feeling great joy in his heart.
Потому что преданный, он чувствует огромное
So it naturally is manifested in his body language,
и эта радость, она естественным образом проявляется в языке тела, в языке жестов.
in the tone of his voice,
И также проявляется
the loving way that he deals with the Vaishnavas, you see.
и проявляется через то, как он через любовные взаимоотношения с вайшнавами.
These are natural symptoms.
То есть это естественные симптомы.
So these natural systems will all become fully developed in all of you.
Так это естественная система, эти естественные симптомы, они будут проявляться у всех из вас.
Simply if you will try to advance a little bit every day.
И они будут проявляться в том случае, если вы каждый день будете стараться понемногу продвигаться.
So I can ask now if there's any questions.
Итак, я сейчас могу спросить, есть ли у кого-то какие-то вопросы?
Yeah.
Могли бы вы назвать, какие конкретные шаги каждый день можно делать, чтобы по чуть-чуть продвигаться, чтобы, например, за неделю или за месяц увидеть разницу, обратившись на
Could you just give the example of exact steps that we can do every day? So
Yes.
in 1 month we can, in a week, in a month we can see difference that we made, so that we are advanced.
16 rounds of japa.
16 год джапа.
Rise early in the morning.
Вставать рано с утра.
Sing the Gravastakam prayers every morning.
Пить молитву Гурваштакам каждое утро.
Rise before the sunrise. Sing Gravastakam and chant 16 rounds.
То есть вставать до восхода солнца, пить Гурваштаку и повторять все 16 кругов.
Follow the 4 regular principles.
Следовать всем 4 регулирующим принципам.
As much spare time as you have, read Prabhupada's books again and again and again. Keep reading Prabhupada's books.
И в свое свободное время постарайтесь читать еще раз книги Прабхупады.
We have many books,
У нас так много книг,
but especially Prabhupada's books, you see,
но в особенности книги Прабхупады,
because they are the foundation.
потому что они являются основой.
I recommend that everyone should first get a very, very solid foundation in Prabhupada's books.
Потому что я рекомендую всем, чтобы вы в основном основывались впечатлениями на книги Прабхупады.
So in this way, if you, as much as possible, you will chant Hare Krishna,
Таким образом, если вы будете ответственны и воспевать Харе Кришну,
you will read Prabhupada's books,
вы будете читать книги Прабхупады,
and you will try to find the ways to share Krishna consciousness with others.
и будете стараться искать способы, как же поделиться знанием Кришны с другими людьми.
If you do this, you'll make very steady and rapid progress back to home, back to Godhead.
И если вы будете все это делать, то вы постепенно и постоянно будете продвигаться ближе на пути обратно домой к Богу.
And it is also given in the Shastra, you should take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master.
Также в Шастре говорится, что вы должны принять прибежище у истинного духовного учителя,
Because that's how Krishna accepts our devotion.
потому что Кришна таким образом принимает нашу преданность.
When we channel our devotion through the spiritual master, that's how we approach Krishna, is through the spiritual master.
То есть это то, как мы приближаемся к Кришне, мы приходим к Кришне через духовного учителя.
So everyone should take shelter of a spiritual master.
Поэтому каждый должен принять прибежище у духовного учителя.
And in this way, by following the process, chanting, singing Ravastakam, following the principles, channeling our devotion through the spiritual master. In this way, everyone will make very nice progress.
Таким образом, вставая рано, повторяя все 16 кругов, и когда мы поем Гурваштакам и предаемся духовному учителю, таким образом мы можем совершать прогресс.
It's actually very easy.
То есть, на самом деле, это довольно-таки просто.
And it's fun.
И это весело.
I mean, it's really enlivening to get up before the sunrise,
Это, на самом деле, приносит
sing the Gavastakam prayers,
когда встаете до восхода солнца, поете
chant.
Гурваштакам, повторяете.
If you sit and chant japa in the early morning, you'll feel like you're in Vrindavan.
Когда вы воспеваете свои круги рано с утра, вы чувствуете себя, как будто вы в Вриндаване.
You won't feel like you're sitting here in Russia. You'll feel like you're in Vrindavan.
Вы не чувствуете, что вы сидите где-то в России, вы чувствуете, что вы находитесь в Вриндаване.
You see?
Так,
That early morning chanting, that's a very big thing. You see?
поэтому это очень важно, когда вы воспеваете свои круги рано с утра.
So, any other questions?
У кого-нибудь еще какие-то вопросы?
Yeah, Alexander.
Гуру Махарадж, объясните, есть ли разница и в чем между милостью Гуру и Кришны и Вайшнава?
Could you explain the difference, if there is such a difference between mercy of Guru and Krishna and the mercy of Vaishnavas?
Yes. Actually,
На самом деле,
mercy is one.
милость она одна.
It is all Krishna's mercy.
И вся эта милость является милость Кришны.
Sangsarada nadalita lokat nayakarina aganaganatvam praptasya kalyana gunarnavasha vande gurushi charanarvindam. Spiritual master is like an ocean He's like a mercy cloud that is bringing the water from the ocean of Krishna.
Духовный учитель он подобен дождевому облаку, который несет воду из океана Кришны.
To extinguish the blazing fire of material existence.
Которое это облако, оно способно уничтожить и потушить огонь материального существа.
So Prabhupada explains, the Guru does not bring his own mercy. The Guru does not bring his own mercy. Just like the cloud, it takes the water from the ocean. It carries it to the land and showers it on the forest fire. So, the Guru, he is bringing the mercy from Krishna. The difference is, the fire cannot get the water directly from the ocean. You see? The forest is hundreds of miles from the ocean. If it wasn't for Guru, there would be no water to put out the forest fire. So Guru is required. Without Guru, we have no connection with Krishna's mercy. So Guru is bringing Krishna's mercy. And we are fully dependent on the mercy of the Guru to bring us Krishna's mercy. So Vaishnavas, they are also like Gurus. You see, a true Vaishnava means he is acting as Krishna's representative. So any Vaishnava is like a Guru. According to his advancement, he is also like a Guru. But for our taking our initiation, we take from a topmost Vaishnava, you see. One who is highly advanced in Krishna consciousness. But actually every Vaishnava is meant to act like a spiritual master. That's why Lord Chaitanya has ordered every devotee must preach. Preaching means you're spreading the mercy of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya said, Yadi deka tarikaha Krishna upadesh amara agayo guru horyutaya desh. Whomever you meet, instruct him in the teachings of Krishna. And in this way, on my order, you become Guru. So every Vaishnava is meant to act like as a Guru by preaching. And when it comes to our accepting someone as Guru, then we accept a highly advanced Vaishnava, you see. According to Prabhupada's statement in the Upadeshamrita, any devotee, he can be a Guru. But the disciple, he should take care to take his initiation from a highest level, Uttama Adhikari Vaishnava. Because lower level Vaishnavas, they can't give perfect instructions. For the high level Vaishnava, Uttama Adhikari, he can give perfect instructions to his disciples. So we are meant to take our initiation from, Prabhupada says, from the Uttama Adhikari. Any other questions?
How to see the difference difference between attachment to Guru and devotion to Guru, and how to go from attachment to Guru to devotion to Guru.
Yes. So, Prabhupada explains there's two ways to approach Guru. The one way is you take Guru as a pet. Just like some people keep a dog, you see. Yes, I have a very nice dog. And I have a very nice Guru also, you see. Whatever I want my Guru to do, he will do for me. So such a relationship, taking Guru as pet, it is useless. We have sometimes seen such disciples. They say, Gurudev, I'll do anything for you. I'll die for you. Anything I will do for you. But then as soon as the Guru asks them to do something they don't want to do, then they say, oh, now I reject you. So attachment to Guru means as long as Guru gratifies me, then I'm attached to him. So such attachment to Guru has very little value. It's like being attached to a dog. But I'm willing to do whatever my spiritual master says. And if he tells me that I'm a fool and a rascal, I will appreciate it. I won't argue with him. You see. What is the proof? Lord Chaitanya. His Guru said, you're such a fool, you cannot study Vedanta, you simply chant Hare Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya was very pleased with that chastisement from Guru Maharaj. So instead of becoming a very learned scholar, he was a scholar before he took Diksha, a very learned scholar in Sanskrit. But instead of pursuing the life of a scholar, he just became he became intoxicated in love of God. He went around chanting Hare Krishna all the time. So attachment means I like my Guru as long as he does what I want. That's attachment. And devotion means I do what Gurudev wants even if I don't like it. I do it to please him. That's a devotion. Other questions? Yes.
You said about the steps, how we can advance in Krishna consciousness. She does it, and she said that it's difficult when she wakes up at 5 o'clock and starts chanting. It's rather difficult for her because she falls asleep. What can she do with it?
Stand up. Walk back and forth in the room. Then it's easy. Prabhupada would stand up and walk back and forth. You seen that video of Prabhupada? In his quarters in Los Angeles, he's walking back and forth, pacing back and forth. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You don't have to sit like a yogi. You can walk back and forth if you need to. You had a question.
У вас тоже вопрос.
In one book, Srila Prabhupada wrote that you can chant the holy names millions of lifetimes, and you can't advance in Krishna consciousness because of this. What's the reason?
Yes. If one, there in the scripture, there are the 10 namaparads, 10 offenses against the holy name. If one continues to commit these offenses against the holy name, then one can go on chanting for millions of years and never become liberated. But if you become familiar with this list of the 10 offenses, do you have that list of the 10 offenses? You have it? You know what they are? You know? Oh, okay. Well, you should become very familiar with these 10 offenses. They're listed in our books, and one of the devotees can, Gopinath, you can make sure he has a list of the 10 offenses.
As he understands that the main offense, the main thing is an attentive chanting of Mahamantra.
Yes, that's right. So the mind is like a monkey. Every time you want to chant, the mind wants to go jumping here and there, you see, from this branch to that branch. So when the monkey mind wants to run around and hop from branch to branch while we're chanting japa, you got to grab that monkey by the tail and pull him back. As is confirmed by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Yato nischalati manas chanchalamastaram tatastata nayam yaita dachan vivavasham niyat. From whatever and wherever the mind wanders, due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So don't let that monkey mind out of the cage. Keep it locked up in the cage of the holy name. Don't let the mind run hither and thither all over the universe. Carefully repeat each syllable. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In this way. Carefully pronounce each syllable. And carefully hear each syllable. In this way the mind will become tamed. And the super soul, you'll develop a solid connection with the super soul within your heart. And upon leaving this body, you'll wake up with Krishna in the spiritual sky. Simply, you must become addicted to the holy name. Are you chanting japa every day? 16 rounds? Now you must increase. 16 rounds every day. Will you agree to do 16 rounds from now on every day? Yes or no? Not ready yet. Huh?
He says that he doesn't want to say the lie.
He doesn't want?
To say the lie.
Say a lie. Oh, that's good. How many are you chanting now every day?
Вы сейчас повторяете соединение каждый день? Сколько вы повторяете?
Not fixed. You should become steady in your chanting. Set some minimum number that you can handle and do that steadily every day. That is my request.
Постарайтесь постоянно определенное количество кругов повторять каждый день. То есть установите для себя какой-то вот...
You decide the number that you want to chant. Whether it's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Сами решите для себя, сколько вам хотите повторять. 1, 2, 4, 6 или 8.
You decide what you can do every day, honestly, without lying.
То есть честно решите для себя, сколько каждый день кругов вы можете повторять. То есть честно
And you begin tomorrow morning, you see,
начните с завтрашнего дня.
doing that minimum number. If you even just one round, you see.
И повторяйте, то есть этот минимум.
Do something steadily every day without fail.
Даже если это будет один круг, то есть делайте что-то постоянно каждый день без исключения.
And do you eat every day?
Вы же едите каждый день.
Every day you eat?
Каждый день вы едите.
You're very regulated.
То есть вы регулярно в этом постоянно.
So when you eat, what are you feeding?
И когда вы едите, что вы чувствуете?
You're feeding your body, aren't you?
Когда вы едите, вы как вы кормите, вы кормите свое тело.
Is the body the actual self? Is the body the actual self?
А тело является вашей истинной сущностью.
Or is it just a covering, like the chadar, a covering of the self?
Лишь покрытие, внешним покрытием, подобно чадру.
Is it a covering or is it the actual self?
То есть это вы, ваша сущность, или это лишь всего лишь покрытие?
What's the answer?
Какой ответ?
He can't identify himself with spirit.
Is it the covering or is it the self?
He didn't answer. He said that he...
No, I'm asking for an answer. Is the material body the actual self or is it a covering of the self?
То есть Махарадж спрашивает, это тело является покрытием или вашей истинной сущностью?
По знанию нет, а по чувствованию туда. Мы все знаем, что мы не тело, мы душа.
So he understands this, that we are the cover, it's like covering.
It's a covering. Okay, very good.
He doesn't feel it. He understands it, but
Huh?
he doesn't feel it.
Well, that's all right.
Это хорошо.
In the beginning, nobody feels it.
Вначале никто не чувствует это.
We take it from higher authorities.
Потому что мы принимаем это знание от авторитетов.
But actually, if you carefully analyze it, you can experience it. I'll help you to do that.
И когда вы тщательно будете это анализировать, то вы получите этот опыт и почувствуете это.
Consider deeply the answers to these questions.
То есть стремитесь проанализировать глубоко ответы на этот вопрос.
Are your eyes seeing, or are you seeing through your eyes?
Ваши глаза видят, или же вы смотрите на мир с помощью глаз?
Are your ears hearing, or are you hearing through your ears?
Ваши уши воспринимают звуки, или же вы слышите через уши?
Is your nose smelling, or are you smelling through your nose?
Ваш нос воспринимает запахи, или же вы чувствуете, нюхаете запахи с помощью своего носа?
Is your skin feeling, or are you feeling through your skin?
Ваша кожа осязает, или же вы чувствуете с помощью кожи?
Is your tongue tasting, or are you tasting through your tongue?
Ваш язык распознает вкусы, или же вы распознаете вкусы с помощью языка?
What is that body,
Что же является этим телом?
and what are you?
И что является, кем являетесь?
If you will consider these questions,
Если вы серьезно будете рассматривать,
they will help to awaken your actual feeling of how you're not the body.
и серьезное рассмотрение этих вопросов поможет вам понять, что вы, и понять и почувствовать, что вы не являетесь на самом деле этим телом.
And you can analyze, as you're a little baby boy, you see, where is your baby's body now?
И вы можете проанализировать, например, когда вы были маленьким ребенком, где же это тело, когда вы были маленьким ребенком?
Where are the atoms and molecules that made up your little baby boy's body?
Где же эти атомы и молекулы, которые составляли ваше тело ребенка?
Are those atoms and molecules here in the room today?
И сейчас эти атомы и молекулы разве находятся в комнате?
Or are they long gone?
Или они уже все исчезли?
Actually, those atoms and molecules are long gone.
На самом деле эти атомы и молекулы они давным-давно исчезли.
But yet you are still here.
Но вы все еще здесь.
You remember experiences you had when you were a little child.
А вы помните, когда вы были маленьким ребенком?
But the atoms and molecules that constituted the body at that time, they're gone.
Но эти атомы и молекулы, которые составляли тело, они больше не существуют.
So that's the proof that you're not the body.
И в этом является доказательство того, что вы не являетесь этим телом.
So now back to the main point.
И сейчас, возвращаясь к главному моменту,
If I'm going to feed the covering of the self,
если я буду кормить покрытие, которое покрывает меня,
very devotedly, every day, I'm going to feed it without fail,
и если я буду кормить очень преданно каждый день без исключения,
then why would I not feed the actual self every day?
то почему бы мне не кормить свою истинную сущность каждый день? Свою
Is
истинную?
that a very intelligent thing?
Это разумно?
That I feed my chara, but I don't feed myself?
Если я кормлю свою чадру, то почему бы мне не кормить себя?
That you take care of the covering, but you don't take care of the actual self?
Если вы заботитесь о покрытии, то почему бы вам не заботиться о своей истинной сущности?
Therefore, chant Hare Krishna.
Поэтому нужно повторять Харе Кришна.
Every day you make a vow, I will chant this many rounds every day, and you do it without fail before you take your breakfast.
Возьмите такой обет, то есть пообещайте повторять каждый день определенное количество кругов без исключения.
And if in this way you become steady, I guarantee you, in this lifetime you'll achieve perfection.
И если вы будете постоянно в этом смысле повторять этого поймем, то я могу вам гарантировать,
And if you don't believe me,
если вы мне не верите,
you think it's just some fancy words,
если вы считаете, что это лишь пустые слова,
try it for 6 months.
просто постарайтесь, например, делать на
Be a
протяжении
scientist.
6 месяцев, то есть
Make an experiment.
ученым сделайте эксперимент.
You make your own consciousness the object of your experiment.
И просто делайте объектом своего эксперимента ваше сознание.
Perform this experiment within the test tube of your consciousness.
Делайте этот эксперимент, и проверки эксперимента пусть будет ваше сознание.
Every day chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Каждый день повторяйте Харе Кришна Махамантру.
Your prescribed number of rounds, whatever you want.
То есть определенное количество кругов, которые вы выберете сами.
And after 6 months, look back and see what it has done for you.
И через 6 месяцев оглянитесь назад и посмотрите, что эта мантра сделала для вас.
How it has changed your consciousness.
Как она изменила ваше сознание.
I can assure you, if you will do this experiment without fail for 6 months,
Я вас уверяю, если вы проделаете этот эксперимент на протяжении 6 месяцев, каждый день без исключения,
you will see an amazing transformation in your consciousness.
вы увидите огромные изменения в вашем сознании.
And you'll be very happy that you did this.
И вы будете очень счастливы из того, что вы делали этот эксперимент.
Now it's up to you.
Сейчас решать вам.
You can do it or not do it. You're a free man.
Вы свободный человек, вы можете это делать, а можете не делать.
But I'm giving you a promise.
Но я вам обещаю,
If you perform this experiment,
если вы будете делать этот эксперимент,
you'll experience a result which is very, very sublime.
то результат этого эксперимента будет очень-очень возвышенный.
Mark my words.
Запомните мои слова.
Okay, anything else?
Еще
Yeah.
какие-нибудь вопросы? So the question is, in Srimad Bhagavatam there are different dialects, for example, between Maharaja Parikshit and Shukadeva Goswami, and for example, in some dialects they discuss about yoga, about meditation, about pranayama. So is it just appropriate for other times or in our times as well?
That microphone made it harder for me to hear you.
So in Srimad Bhagavatam there are a lot of dialogues, there are described a lot of dialogues, for example, between Maharaja Parikshit and Shukadeva Goswami. And for example, in one dialogue they discuss yoga, meditation, pranayama. So is it just appropriate for those ages, or in our ages it's also appropriate?
Yeah, in other ages there were other systems for self-realization. But it is clearly stated in the Brihad Naradiya Purana, Harinama, Harinama, Harinama Yuva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, 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 Gutiya Anyata. In this iron age of Kali, there is no other means other than the chanting of the holy names, the chanting of the holy names, the chanting of the holy names. So why is it said 3 times? So go ahead, translate. It is stated 3 times. There is no other alternative. There is no other alternative. There is no other alternative. Why 3 times it is stated? Because those 3 times means not by jnana, not by karma, and not by yoga. So, but to understand the other processes is very good. It's like you're going to buy a car, if you know all the different brands on the market. And you know why this particular brand is the best, then you can make sure to get the proper automobile. So the Vedic wisdom is very thorough and complete. You can study all the different types of self-realization processes. And you can see which one is the most powerful and effective in this age. And that way you're an educated consumer. So I don't want everybody to get too bored. We're going on talking for a long time here. So what we'll do is we'll end this lecture tonight, but there'll be another lecture tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. At Bhakti Lakta Devi Dasi Namahat Sangam. Everybody's invited for tomorrow morning's class at 8 a.m. And it'll be at 4 o'clock. But the other one's at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock also at Namahat Sangha. And then that public lecture program too. Tomorrow night we'll be giving a special lecture on Vedic Ahimsa. So again, we would like to thank you all very much for so kindly participating in this Hare Krishna movement. Kindly dive deeper and deeper into this ocean, this sublime ocean of Krishna consciousness. And if we do so, we assure you that very soon you will meet God face to face, eye to eye. Rajavirja Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.